Test yourself with 10 Florida real estate exam agency. Disclosure and pause. Answer. Then check the explanation and trap. These 10 focus on pause first. Then check the why. That show up on the New York exam. Block 1. Florida agency and disclosure. Pause. Answer. Then review the trap behind each question. Question 1. A Florida single agent owes the principal all duties except. Your choices are A. Loyalty, B. Confidentiality, C. Limited representation. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is C. Limited representation. Explanation. Single agents provide full representation with fiduciary duties. Limited representation is a characteristic. Common trap. Students see the word agent and assume limited representation can still fit. In Florida, quick takeaway. Single agent means full fiduciary representation. Limited representation. Question 2. A Florida transaction broker owes limited confidentiality. This means your choices are A. No confidentiality at all. B. Must keep price and motivation confidential and let. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is B. Must keep price and motivation confidential unless. Explanation. Transaction brokers must keep a party's price and motivation confidential unless authorized to disclose. Common trap. The trap is assuming transaction broker confidentiality is the same as single agent loyalty. Quick takeaway. A Florida transaction broker keeps price and motivation confidential. Question 3. Which brokerage relationship is presumed in Florida unless otherwise disclosed? Your choices are A. Single agent, B. Transaction broker, C. No brokerage relationship. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is B. Transaction broker. Explanation. In Florida, transaction broker is the default presumed relationship unless another relationship is established. Common trap. Students often assume no brokerage is the default because it sounds neutral. Florida defaults. Quick takeaway. In Florida, transaction broker is the presumed relationship unless an. Question 4. In Florida, the disclosure of brokerage relationship must be made. Your choices are A. At closing, B. Before or at the time of entering into a listing or representation agreement. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is B. Before or at the time of entering into a listing. Explanation. Florida law requires disclosure before or at the time of entering into a listing agreement or before showing property. Common trap. Many students wait for closing or a later formality. Florida wants the relationship disclosed. Quick takeaway. Florida brokerage relationship disclosure happens before or at the. Question 5. Consent to transition from single agent to transaction broker in Florida must be. Your choices are A. Oral, B. In writing, C. Implied, D. Notarized. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is B. In writing. Explanation. Written consent is required to transition from single agent to transaction broker. Common trap. The trap is thinking an oral agreement is enough to switch relationships. Florida requires written consent. Quick takeaway. Transitioning from single agent to transaction broker in Florida requires. Block 1 recap. If this block felt shaky, the fix is usually cleaner pattern recognition and better review after each miss. Block 2. Florida escrow, contracts and timing. Pause. Answer. Then review the trap behind each question. Question 6. A Florida broker must maintain escrow records for. Your choices are A. 2 years, B. 5 years, C. 7 years, D. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is B. 5 years. Explanation. Florida requires brokers to maintain escrow and transaction records for 5 years. Common trap. Students often guess a shorter retention period. Florida expects 5 years for escrow. Quick takeaway. Florida brokers must keep escrow and transaction records for 5 years. Question 7. Commingling in Florida means. Your choices are A. Mixing client funds with brokers' personal funds. B. Having multiple trust accounts. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is A. Mixing client funds with brokers' personal explanation. Commingling is illegally mixing client trust funds with the broker's operating funds. Common trap. The exam is not asking whether multiple trust accounts exist. It is asking whether client money got. Quick takeaway. Commingling means mixing client trust funds with the broker's personal or operating. Question 8. Earnest money deposits in Florida must be placed in escrow within. Your choices are A. 24 hours. B. 3 business days. C. 5 business days. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is B. 3 business days. Explanation. FREC rules require earnest money to be deposited into escrow within 3 business days of receipt. Common trap. The trap is choosing the contract language answer instead of the FREC escrow rule. Florida. Quick takeaway. Earnest money in Florida must be placed in escrow within 3 business days of. Question 9. The effective date of a Florida real estate contract is. Your choices are A. When the buyer signs. B. When the seller signs. C. When the last party signs. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is C. When the last party signs and delivers notification. Explanation. The effective date is when the last party signs and delivers notification of acceptance. Common trap. Students often stop at the last signature. Florida also needs delivery of notice of acceptance. Quick takeaway. The effective date is when the last party signs and delivers notification of acceptance. Question 10. Hours of post-license education required for initial renewal of Florida Sales Associate License. Your choices are A. 14 hours. B. 30 hours. C. 45 hours. D. C. Pause here and choose your answer. The correct answer is C. 45 hours. Explanation. Florida Sales Associates must complete 45 hours of post-license education for initial renewal. Common trap. Florida number questions are easy points when the cycle is clean. Initial renewal is 45 hours. Quick takeaway. Florida Sales Associates need 45 hours of post-license education. Block 2 recap. If this block felt shaky, the fix is usually cleaner pattern recognition and better review after each miss. If you want more time practice and weak area review, keep going with EstatePass.